Hi, David.
Hello, how are you?
Good. I'm surprised you're doing this the night before Thanksgiving.
Well, you know what?
Uh-huh.
The market is here, right?
Right.
The markets don't care.
The markets don't care.
Oh, oh.
Okie doke.
We'll get started here. I'm not expecting a lot of people
Right. Well,
on
well,
this
I'll
one.
I'll I'll wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Stella.
Oh,
Hi there.
hey.
So we had, okay. Um, we'll go ahead and get started. Like I said, I don't expect. I just started
Uh-huh.
doing this class
Oh,
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it might be just you and I, okay?
All right. Sure.
Let's see here. Okay. Um, so have you gone through, how much more have you gone through the Trading in the Zone book?
Yeah. So I did go through a little bit more since we spoke.
Okay.
And I've gotten to, oh, I forget what chapter it is, but I'd say maybe I'm 2/3 through it now, almost 2/3.
Almost 2/3.
I think I was
Oh,
at a third the last time I spoke with you.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And what do you think so far? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, I mean, there's definitely been a lot of light bulbs.
That's always good.
Yeah, yeah. So that's been good. I think the discussion around risk and the probability of risk and the fact that you cannot do away with risk. So that was very good.
Okay.
The I think today when I was reading through it, what hit me was that anything could happen. You know, so you could be as prepared as possible. You can have done your analysis and everything, but if you are if you're cognizant of the fact that anything could happen, that's going to be good for you.
Oh.
You know, like just be aware. You know, you could be expecting that the market is going to go up, and you know it goes down, or or it totally tanks, or totally whatever it is. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and then
And you said, and that could be good for you, huh?
yeah, you know that once you know, I guess you're as ready as possible,
Mhm.
but if something happens that was unexpected, that shouldn't be so shocking. You know, it's kind of shocking and
Yeah.
disappointing. The point he made was that the market doesn't owe you.
The market doesn't owe you anything, huh?
Right. And I was like, what? I thought that, you know, like that's why I'm trying to be a trader. And you know, and so the fact that the market doesn't owe you. So I think those are some paradigm shifts that I probably need to go through it a couple times, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, Leon, how are you?
Hey, everything good, Dave? What's going on?
Good, good. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we've got Stella here, and we're just going over some of the mindset stuff. And
Oh, okay.
Leon, you've been with us for what, over a year now? Has it been a year?
Yeah, I think it's been about that.
It's been a year.
Yeah, it's been about a year.
Yeah, and you were trading for a little bit, right? You were trading for a while before you came with us, right?
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah. So how is your mindset, Leon, when you trade? Do you feel like you're I don't think you did the one-on-one coaching with us. How do you, as far as your mindset, do you think you're disciplined in your approach to trading?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. At first I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I was not the way I should have been. I wasn't what's the word? I knew what not to do and I would still do it. But now I'm controlling that. I would still do it, you know, just being anxious and rushing and rushing and rushing. But now I'm more composed and I'm doing better being more composed.
Okay, we can't see your face in the camera. So
Yeah,
Stella, you heard
I'm on
that? Okay, there
I'm on
you
my
are.
lunch break. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay. Oh,
about to
you
get
at
ready.
work?
Yeah, I said let me just to see what y'all was talking about. I'm about to get ready
That's
to go in a minute.
dedication. That's dedication, right?
Yeah, you never know that one little thing could be what you're missing, part of what you're missing.
Yeah. Stella, you
Yeah.
there? Stella, you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
said.
So yeah,
Yes.
one little piece of information could make a big difference, right? Could be that light bulb that makes
Mm-hmm.
a big difference. And that's dedication, right? I mean, you at work and you're doing this,
Right. Yeah.
right? Um, so let's talk about this then. So what was your breakthrough, Leon? What was
Just
your
being,
breakthrough?
I think being composed, just being composed, because you get to the point. I had sat back and looked, and I was reading something. I was reading the book right here. I actually reading the book, and it wasn't about trading, but it's about general stuff that
Mhm.
successful people that you got to go by, and you know, trying the same thing over and over and expecting different results is what you call insanity. So yeah, yeah, that's what I was doing. And I said, man, hold on. So I tweaked, I just tweaked little stuff, and I went to put it on the board. And whenever I mess up, because just because you mess up, that don't mean you failed. That just means you didn't know something. That's it.
Hmm.
So I would just write down what I would find out why I messed up, and write it down, and don't do that no more. That's what I've learned. So, and I heard other people do that too. Yeah.
So you
You're right.
you you figured that it wasn't the system or the process, it was your mindset that was um,
Yeah. Yeah, that's big time. Yeah, because and I got to the point I was knowing stuff, but I was still doing it. And when you write stuff down and you look at it before you trade, that helps. Yeah, that helps big time. So
that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know you were doing that. Um,
yeah, you write down your mistakes and you write down your success on one side and mistakes on the other. And you draw out rules too. And I make sure all my rules are intact when I trade. And that helps so that way your mind don't be all over the place. You know, because it's easy to be all over the place in the trade thing. And I've been profitable, I would say the last 2 weeks now, almost 3 weeks. Because I had to take a little breather and find out what was going on. My wife told me to take a little breather, and that's
mhm.
what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. Just take a little breather. And I just hear successful people online just say, you know, write down the stuff you do wrong and just look at it and just don't do that no more. Yeah, yeah. Because it's easy to just keep doing it over and over and over, but you're gonna get the same results.
So if you write it down, it becomes real, right?
Right. Yeah. Yep.
It becomes real. Then you can visualize, and basically what you're doing is every time you write it down, you recognize it, and then you minimize those the things that you're doing bad, right? And then maximize
Right.
the things that you're doing good.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's good that you've recognized that, because and the goal of this session, when we do these sessions on Wednesday, is to just really focus on our mindset as a trader.
Right.
Yeah, because that's the biggest issue with most traders, is their mindset.
Right. I'm gonna have to get out the meeting now because I know you're gonna get a lot of background noise because I'm about to start my truck up.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally forgot about the meeting. I was reading. I said, oh, there was a meeting going on.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, thanks for coming on and sharing some information. Okay,
All
and
right.
we'll
Yes.
see you on the next call.
Okay, yeah, I try to drop in when I can. Usually I would have been off, but they got me stuck tonight.
No,
But
you
I'm
got,
I'm about to I'm about to end it though. I'm about to get ready to go in, but
yeah,
my truck make a lot of noise.
yeah, you've got to
Yeah.
work, so get your work done.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, and hopefully the way I'm going, hopefully within 3 years I'll be a professional trader. I'd be into retirement. That's my goal. 3.5 years. And
Absolutely. So
we'll
set
see.
those goals. Absolutely. Set those
Yeah.
goals and move toward them. Good job. You take care, okay,
Right.
Leon? Okay.
All right. You
If you
too.
need me, let me know, okay?
Okay. All
All
right.
right. Take it. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Hey, Stella,
I'm here. I'm
are you
here.
there? Okay.
I'm here.
That's pretty interesting, huh?
I wrote that down. I have my 3 points already written down. So I'm good.
Yeah, it's amazing. Leon has been with us, I think, it's probably been a year and a half.
Okay.
And I didn't know he was on this journey
Yeah.
of this mind. It's amazing, right? We have a lot of traders, and sometimes we don't see them all the time.
Right.
And then usually they're I used to think it was a bad thing that I don't see the traders, but usually if I don't see them, that means they're working. Usually they're working.
That's right. That's right.
They're trying to develop.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool to
Yeah.
hear that from him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. I look forward to hearing from the others with time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me ask you,
Mhm.
what are some of the things you want to accomplish with your trading? Because that helps a lot to kind of frame, and it doesn't have to be any kind of personal things, just kind of
Yeah.
a wide, like he talked about, perhaps being able to become a professional trader at some point
Right.
in the future, in 3 years.
Mhm.
Is that similar for you?
Yeah, I mean, I would I definitely want to become a bit more consistent in my trading.
Okay.
I think that's why I was attracted to the idea of systems, having
Yeah.
some systems and a process, I think, and folks I could talk to who've been at it for a while. I think it was a couple, yeah. Just continually learning. That's how my brain is. I don't like trying stuff out and then figuring out I was wrong and then coming back to
Going back.
kind of like fix the system. I'm like, let me at least get the basics together.
Mhm.
And then definitely if I can get consistent and grow in my trading with a good sort of system around me, then yeah, I would definitely like to maybe quit my job one day.
Yeah.
Or at least replace my income.
Replace your
I think
income.
that's my goal. My number one goal is to replace my income before thinking about quitting and maybe telling others about it and so on.
Yeah, very good. Travis, welcome. Welcome, Travis.
Hi, sorry, I was late today.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. Welcome. We're just having a conversation about the mindset when it comes to trading. And the one of the biggest concerns with that we have as far as coaching and teaching is that trading is a large part of it is the mindset. So we want to kind of spend some time on that. And so Stella, what you mentioned there is important. So a lot of traders, especially new traders, get into this and they assume or think that, hey, in 6 months or 3 months, I'm going to quit my job,
Right. Because
right?
there's that YouTuber who tells us that. So.
Oh yeah, it's all over, right?
Yep.
It's all over,
Yeah.
and that's really not as realistic.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens a lot too is when new traders get into trading,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a whole nother level of pressure,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
That they go into trading with. So now we've got the pressure of the markets,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got the pressure of this goal to quit your job and
Yeah.
start, so there's all types of pressure.
Yeah.
So what do we think that would do to a trader with having that type of expectation, as far as quitting their job and doing trading full time?
Yeah.
How do you think that would help or hurt, or what do you guys think?
I mean, I would say I think it would hurt because if I had that kind of pressure on my shoulders, I'd probably take risks that I, you know, that are I can't back up why I took such a risk
Mhm.
because I need the rewards to be instantaneous and I need to grow quick, quick, quick. And so maybe like Leon said earlier, I'm not taking the time to analyze what I'm doing wrong, to implement changes, to, yes, I think it wouldn't be good.
It wouldn't be good,
Mm-mm.
right? It wouldn't be good. Travis, any input on that?
I think it depends on the person. Some people need pressure to focus.
Hmm.
Um, some
Okay,
people do well under pressure and with their back against the wall.
that's true.
Um,
Yeah,
like
good.
people who quit their jobs and follow their dreams, or things like that, and they become successful. And then so I guess it depends on, you got to know who you are and what your limitations are.
Hmm.
Um, but I do think, to Stella's point, that it from for most it'll probably um, distort their approach.
Yeah, that's a good observation. That's a good thought. We have I remember one of our most successful traders, Ricky. He came through our class, and within 6 months he quit his job, and I was, I literally begged him not to do that. And I would tell him to, caution him to slow down in the amount of capital that he was putting to work. And I was totally wrong, So here I am. I'm trying to be conservative, right? So he's 20. I think Ricky at the time was 25 years old, and here this older guy. I've been around trading for a long time. I'm trying to get him to be conservative and not quit his job and not take on so much risk. And to your point, Travis, he did extremely well. I mean, I couldn't, as much as I tried to slow him down, I couldn't. And I remember when, and Stella had mentioned before, right, traders will disappear for a while, right? So they'll disappear. So Ricky disappeared for probably, I would say 5 months, 5 to perhaps 7 months. And I got a call. From Ricky, and so I get this call, and I'm like, Ricky, did you quit trading? He's like, no, Dave, I'm making so much money. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, man, I'm making so much money trading. I said, are you working? He's like, no, I'm trading full time. And so he sent me some texts of some of his results. And I posted it. We've got it on the website where he made 10,000 in one day, and then he made
Wow.
40,000 in one day. It's on the website. All his screenshots are right there.
Wow.
And I'm like, Ricky, no way. He's like, yes, Dave, I'm making, and during the pandemic, I hear from him out of the blue. I'll hear from him just out of the blue. And he made $120,000 in one day. And
Yeah, I think I watched his video.
yeah, you watch his video.
You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And
Wow.
totally shocked me. And here is someone I tried my best to hold back, right? He quit his
Wow.
job. So Travis, you're absolutely right. We just never know, right? Some people thrive under that type of pressure. I think most people don't. You got to have a certain type of personality and mindset to do that. You know, he doesn't have a family, a single guy, very entrepreneurial minded. And I think that helps, you know, but definitely a go-getter. So what he did was he took the principles, the foundation of what we gave him, and really pushed forward. And the basic thing that he used was support and resistance. I remember Ricky coming into the class, knew nothing about support and resistance. And he picked it up pretty quickly. And that alone, that piece of information, how support and resistance worked, is how he became really, really successful. And he's still very successful. Yeah. And he trades full time. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't recommend that. Literally, I tried everything. And if you listen to the video, he said, David tried everything to slow me down, you know, and he wouldn't take my advice, and he did quite the opposite. But I'm happy that he did, you know, because it worked. He knew who, and the thing is this, right? We have to know who we are as individuals, right? And he knew who he knew that he had a chance. He didn't have all the skills and all the information, but boy, he wanted it pretty bad. All right. I mean, it's just like Leon, right? Leon is at work and he called in, and you know, he couldn't stay long, but at least he called in, right? And look at you guys, right? Right, you're here this evening, and that's what it takes. I mean, most people are out getting ready for Thanksgiving, right? So that's definitely what it takes. A little bit of hard work.
I apologize. I was, like I said, I came a bit late. I guess what I am struggling with in getting started is just that, the getting started part, like knowing where to start. I think I have a decent grasp of support and resistance to some degree. And maybe it's just being afraid. I've always had, so it's in the first time I had like direct contact with like trading was in high school. We had I forget the class it was, but we had to play the stock game, and it was almost like paper trading basically.
Okay.
It was live, it was real stocks, and they gave, you know, the money wasn't real, but we had to pick stocks and track them, and they at the end of it, if you know, it was sort of a competition. We had groups in the classroom, and my group sort of checked out, and I was really interested in it, so I paid attention and picked stocks at the time. And we came in, we didn't know this initially, but my team came in second in the state.
Are you kidding me?
And
wow.
we had come in first, we would have gotten to go to the stock market and ring the bell. But these were all stocks that I picked. and I just like, even last week, like I for the last, I'd say maybe 2.5, 3 months, I've been like honing down and trying to get focused about this.
Okay.
And I said I was going to start with some stocks. I went on to Thinkorswim and signed up for to do that. And I had started with some stocks. I just wrote down some names that I was interested in one night. And then the next day, I'd say about 3 or 4 of the 6 stocks that I picked were in the news. And it was like things were happening specifically with these stocks, and the stock was going up, and it was just bizarre to me, because I picked them for certain reasons, but I hadn't done any. I had planned to start doing research on them and start there with them, but yeah, 2 or 3 of them took off, and it was just I've always, and I've had this similar thing a few times in college as well. In an accounting course I took, accounting and like business management, he had sort of the same sort of setup where you can trade, and I came in first there.
Okay.
So it's something that's always been calling me, but for some reason now that I'm here, I can't seem to. I don't know where, or I don't feel confident in where to start and how to jump in and actually dive in.
So there is an interesting dynamic that's happening, right? The thing about trading, and kind of like golf in a sense, trading is a lot like golf, I think, right? You can take someone without like, you know, in high school, when you guys came in second in the state, that's pretty cool, right? But you were very young.
Yeah.
Right? So you were just going with the flow, right? And it was fun, right? It was fun. It's kind of like an experiment, right? You've got the other, you know, your other colleagues there kind of doing it together. So it's fun. And what happens is this: when we're having fun and we're not thinking about it, we're not putting all that pressure on ourselves. If you go back and look back, Travis, and you look back at the success you had in your trading, you really didn't. You were carefree, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about losing money because I couldn't lose money.
Yeah.
Although, you know, they gave us a set amount of money and you could run out of money, but it wasn't real. So
it wasn't real, and it wasn't your money.
Yeah.
Right. So remember that, right? So we've got to treat trading kind of like that, right? Just like that carefree young Travis, right? Going about, it's not real money, and you second in the state is really, really good. What we have to do, once we bring in that pressure, and we were talking about, Stella and I, we were talking about quitting your job, you know, with other traders, quitting your job and wanting to trade full time. That's a ton of pressure, right?
Yeah.
And so now we're not freely engaging in the market. So now the market becomes a different type of opportunity, rather than this carefree type situation. And what that really is called, you might not know of this book, Stella does, because she's in the program, but it's called Trading in the Zone. So Travis, you want to write that down? Okay. It's called Trading in the Zone. It's this book here. Yeah, this book here, Trading in the Zone by Douglas.
Mark Douglas. Okay.
Yeah. Just think of the zone, right? It's a zone. And the way I like to talk about this is just think of I played basketball, right? So think of the zone as, well, it could be anything, right? A swimmer, an Olympic swimmer, when they're swimming really well, they're like in the zone, right?
Yeah.
A basketball player, a football player, when they're doing really, really well, they're in the zone. And usually what happens is this: when you get into the zone, everything becomes easier, right? The basket looks bigger, the tennis court, I mean, everything looks like you're just totally in control. And that's because you have a kind of a carefree attitude. Not that you don't care about the end result, but you're more focused on the process. Rather than the end result, rather than winning. I'm sure you guys, when you became second in the state, you weren't looking to win. You were probably more looking to just, have fun, right? And compete.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't looking to win. But even then at that age, I knew that was one of my goals, was to get involved in the stock market.
Yeah.
And so I thought I was just like, oh, okay, this would be great to get an understanding of how it works. Yeah, so I didn't think that I would do well. I mean, I had a strategy on why I picked the stocks that I picked.
Yeah.
But I wasn't anticipating being even placing. Yeah, so we came in first in the school. It was a pretty big school. It's like 5,000 kids. I don't know how many were taking the class, but we came in first in the school and second in the state of New York. So
wow. So now, are you trading currently? Are you trading live currently with capital?
I haven't. Like I said, I've been very hesitant.
Okay.
I get to the starting line and the gun goes off and I don't move. But that is my goal. And I feel like it's more sort of paralysis by analysis type thing with me now. But
so have you traded since you did that back in high school? Have you traded?
I've only done like simulated, nothing live, nothing with my money.
Okay. So yeah, it's kind of like learning how to swim, right? So the only way to learn how to swim is what? To get in
the water, yeah.
Get in the water, right? So what I recommend for traders, because we can sit on the sideline and do analysis and read books and everything, right? And it's really just a fear, right? A fear, and it sometimes it goes way back, right? So it might go way back to perhaps when the last time you trade, or it could just be sometimes we get complacent too. So if other areas if things are, like I tell you, Ricky, I mean, his back was against the wall when he quit his job, right? I mean, so he had to figure things out, and I don't totally recommend that for traders. But what I recommend is if you haven't been trading, I would get a small account. I don't recommend demo trading because it's not real, right? It's a demo account.
Yeah.
And the thing about a demo account, you really can't feel the losses. Part of trading, the nice thing about trading is that we get to feel the emotions, right? And whereas a lot of traders kind of shy away from the emotions, right? Good traders feel the emotions. And accept the emotions that come with wins and losses. Okay, so part of becoming making the transition to be to get to become just a decent trader is accepting the risk.
Mhm.
Okay. So what I tell traders to do is this. So even if you're a new trader, or let's say you're a trader that's been trading for many years, large accounts, and then you're starting all over again, I usually tell traders to trade a smaller account, $100 money, $100, $200, and take small trades where you're not trying to make a lot of money. You're really just kind of building yourself back up and to accept the risk, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I understand. I guess part of my I think you're right. It's probably more so a fear of failing.
Yeah.
And in terms of like getting a small account, start off with a smaller account. I was on the call on I believe it was Sunday, but Forex trade,
Okay. Yes. Okay. Mhm.
and that seemed, I don't know if it's just that was the first call I was on, but it seemed so much more, I don't want to say simple or easy, but it seemed to click easier in my mind what was happening. It just seemed, is that sort of a consensus? Is there any one place that's probably a better area to start than another in terms of stocks, options, forex, or is it just a person's feel? Because I just, that was the first time I'd ever been exposed to forex, and I seemed to gravitate to it because it was not only interesting, but I felt I for something I just expected to have trouble keeping up, and I didn't.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there are different markets that will, all the markets have a different type of personality
Mhm.
feel. I mean, they're all
Sorry.
priced. Stella,
Excuse
you
me?
there? Okay.
Yeah, sorry, David and
Yes.
Travis.
Yeah.
I have to run.
Okay. Okay,
So
Stella.
yeah, but thank you. I have again learned some stuff from what you're telling Travis.
Awesome.
I wrote down a few notes again. So
Absolutely.
all
Hey,
right, happy Thanksgiving, you guys.
thanks for being
Thank
on the
you.
call. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye, Stella. So yeah, all the different markets will have different types of personalities in the way price moves. Okay. Some markets are more volatile than others. Some markets will have more opportunities than others. Like in equities, we track over 20,000 stocks, right? But Forex, we only track 40 currency pairs. So just that difference alone will narrow our focus.
Yeah,
right?
it seemed a little bit more concise to me.
Yeah.
It didn't seem as hectic as like stock market and
exactly
tracking SPY and
exactly
Q and all these other. I mean, it didn't see it seemed a lot more manageable, but it also felt natural.
Yeah.
Like just a natural thing.
And it's very, and there are traders that trade equities who will never trade Forex. They think Forex is volatile and doesn't make a lot of sense. So it's everyone's preference. But that's good that you recognize that, because when we trade, we've got to our trading style has to fit that particular market or even a time frame. So a smaller time frame with a lot of movement, some traders gravitate to that. And then a longer time frame like a swing trade, some traders gravitate to that. So it's really recognizing, part of it is recognizing what fits your your personality style, and kind of what you want. Why I like Forex, and Forex for a long time with our Monster Scalper system has been the most popular system, because it is the easiest to follow, but also it provides a lot of opportunities, a lot of nice trends, okay, within that market. But yeah, Forex, I'm not surprised that you mentioned that, because a lot of our traders, especially if we were like the dollar pairs are moving now. So if a group of pairs are moving, all we have to do is focus on those pairs, right? And within the dollar pairs, I think there are 10, 12 pairs. That's it. That's it, you know? So yeah. So yeah, identifying what type of market that fits you, identifying the time frames kind of helps. You know, having a process in place that is systematic, that will provide the same type of, or, you know, perhaps not identical, but similar type of opportunities. Yeah, makes a difference.
Because I even with like looking at options, I get conceptually what's happening, but I don't get, like, you know, the whole, like, oh, you buy a contract. Like I can never calculate what the I guess potential benefit is in terms of, like, say if you buy a contract at X price, and let's say you do a put for it to go down, I don't know what I stand to gain if I'm correct in my assumption. If that makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of it is kind of knowledge. So knowledge of the individual markets. But as a trader, you'll get to the point where it really doesn't matter. Okay. So, and then that's the goal. That's the real goal, because we only follow price, right? So we follow in. So if there's price in Forex, price in options, price in equities, ETFs, it really doesn't matter.
You're frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter, right? So once you get to a level of trading, you can transition from one market to the next. I would say, let's say options can be a bit tricky, but if you stick with just puts and calls, basic puts and calls, then yeah, you can do that. I mean, what we want to do as traders, we want to be able to just go wherever the opportunities present themselves. And some of that is some just basic knowledge of understanding. The cool thing about options is that, and why we have some very successful option traders that trade, that's trade with us, and they like options because they can manage their risk, right? So they can manage their risk. They know, okay, if I'm putting $500 on a trade, that's the maximum I can lose. Okay. And I'm not having to trade the stock. The stock might be $400 a share, but I can get the option for $50 or $100, right? And still manage that move, but my return is a lot higher. So where that the stock might go up, let's say the stock goes up 10%, my option might go up 500% on that same move. You see? Yeah. So the traders, option traders, who would never trade stocks. I mean, they would never trade the actual stock, right? Because of the leverage that they get and the protection that they get through the options. Okay.
Can I ask you about the actual course that you teach, um, or your, because I get the impression you have this meetup group, but you also have a more intense course to teach people strategy and things of that nature.
Yeah, well, we have the systems, right?
Okay.
So do you have our website?
No, I don't.
Okay, so so write this down. It's monstertradingsystems.com.
Okay.
So www.monstertradingsystems with an s.com. Yeah, so I would go to the website, and we have automated systems that has buy will give us the buy signal, sell signals. Each of the systems are for different markets and different trading styles. Support and resistance are all built in automatically, and that's really what you need: support, resistance, moving averages, and buy and sell, when to buy and when to sell. So those are the systems, but then we do the coaching too.
Okay.
So the coaching is from what you're referring to. So we do one-on-one coaching, where we do it once we do 4 sessions. So we usually do it on a Fridays. We can do it in the office or remotely online. So we do 4 sessions. Right now we have a discount on Groupon. Oh, that's the market there. So we do 4 sessions, 1 session per week, 1 hourly session per week, so 4-hour sessions. And we really get down with really try to break through the trader, and it's all mindset. It's all mindset. And the book that we use is that book I mentioned earlier, Trading in the Zone.
Okay.
Yeah, Trading in the Zone. We give that book free to our traders that do the one-on-one coaching. But the coaching, it's very popular with traders. And we found that the traders that do the one-on-one coaching prior to using the systems, they do a much better job trading. Yeah, because it's, they've got the mind. Not only do they have the systems, but now they have the mindset to go along with the systems, and it makes a huge difference. There are testimonials. If you want to kind of get an idea of what traders are saying, there's a testimonial page on the website also. That traders talk about the coaching. They really like the coaching that we do. Yeah.
And in terms of one of the things that I guess was concerned about is sort of equipment. Is it enough to just have a laptop and Wi-Fi, or do you think it's best to invest in specialized sort of computer and screens and the works?
Yeah, that's a good question. There was one point. I mean, I've been trading for over 25, almost 30 years now. And there was a time when we needed that, right? We needed a lot of screens. There was a time when I had 9 screens, right?
Yeah.
And because you just needed to see everything. And but now, no, just your laptop. Most of our traders will use just a laptop. Okay. Yeah. And so a laptop and a monitor. So I normally use for my trading just a laptop, and then I have a larger monitor. But that's the extent of it.
Okay. And in terms of the courses, I know you said a lot of traders really like the courses, and you find that is it open to all levels of traders, the courses, or is it better for one level of trader than the other?
Yeah, it's all the same. So what we do with we assume that when you come in to the group, it doesn't really matter your level of expertise. Think of what we do as a boot camp, right? So
Okay.
you go to the army, and so what in a boot camp, what they're going to do is kind of break you down, right?
Yeah.
Right, break you down, break all your bad habits, and kind of build you back up the right way. So that's what we do, right? So
Okay.
yeah, so it doesn't matter your level of experience, expertise. Most of the traders that come through us, we have a lot of new traders, but even our seasoned traders, a lot of them haven't used the type of tools that we use, with system based. And I'll give you another good book to read. It's called Trend Following by Michael Koval.
Trend following.
Yeah, Trend Following by Michael Koval. And we also give that book free to our traders when they get any of the systems. And the principles in that book is what the systems are built on. Okay, it's called Trend Following. And so most of the traders in that book use automated trading systems, all right, to help them manage their trades. So most traders they're not using trading systems. So we've got to kind of break them down and kind of build them back up the right way. And most traders have a lot of bad habits,
I will tell you one thing I was ignorant about was I didn't realize that that there are packaged systems.
Mm-hmm.
I just assumed everyone comes up with their own process that's comfortable for them. If that makes sense, or maybe I don't have it right.
What's okay? So repeat that now. Package systems.
Like when I speak of a system, and I may be using it incorrectly, I'm talking more so like and in something that's like an automation process, something that would automate my process, make it easier for me, like a routine, a discipline.
Okay.
In terms of this is how I do my research for a certain stock or options trading. This is my process, and then I stick to this process and these disciplines when I'm making my trades.
Yeah. So yeah, Leon was on the call earlier, and Leon has been with us for gosh, I think a little over a year now, and yeah, he was talking about that he's having a breakthrough now because of he's put some processes in place to safeguard himself from his emotions, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the systems you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to do certain things,
Yeah.
okay, to keep my my behavior in check, right?
Discipline. Yeah.
Discipline. Yeah, absolutely. And that's critical. You have to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to do that.
Okay. This is interesting. I've read materials and gone through a bunch of different honestly, yours was I tinkered with the idea of joining different meetups to see how it works, or see how, if I felt comfortable. And I honestly don't remember. I came about yours very last minute. Like I signed up for it for your Sunday class. I signed up maybe Sunday morning, but there wasn't much lead time.
Yeah.
Whereas there were other classes that I've been familiar with and I sign up but I never show up, and I got to tell you, I don't know if it's just your calm demeanor or the whole process. You have a very I don't even know what the word is. It's very inviting and very it's not intimidating. at all.
Well, the market is
I'm not
intimidating
easily
enough.
intimidated, but I would assume the market is something that intimidates most people. But it's you have a very welcoming, inviting sort of atmosphere and approach to it. So it's
Well,
very
yeah, thanks. It's, it's taken a lot of years, because the markets, what we've tried to do, and it's awesome that you recognize that, right? Because the market, there's so much going on, that the market can pull us in many different directions, right? Especially when you're looking at, Forex and equities and this and that. And what we've been able to do is to kind of separate it, right? So what has happened is this, right? So this is the market, right? So this is, so let's say this is equities here. This is Forex, this is cryptos and all these different markets. And so what we've tried to do, and this is perhaps the reason for my calmness, because I wasn't always like this. Right? You say I don't have any here, right? There's a reason for that, right?
Yeah.
So what we've done is we've tamed. Let me repeat that. We've tamed the markets. Okay. So we've taken, for Forex, for example, for that market, there's a lot going on, and what we've done is we've kind of separated. We say, okay, here are the dollar pairs. Okay, so we're going to isolate those dollar pairs. Here are the yen pairs. We're going to isolate those. We're going to figure out, okay, which pairs are going long or short. So if the dollar pairs are going long, we're going to look at those. If the yen pairs are going short, we're going to look at those. If these pairs are not going long or short, we're going to kind of put them to the side. Okay. And we are going to trade only long here. We are going to trade only short here. Okay. So we've separated, and everything that we do is to minimize risk, maximize profits. Okay, so another thing that we've done is we've put in support and resistance lines, where most times traders have to manually draw in their lines. So as price is moving, right, the support and resistance lines will come in automatically. Okay, so that eliminates some stress.
Okay.
Right? We've color coded the candles so that if price is bullish, we know, okay, they're green, right? If they're bearish, they're red. So that helps. If price is consolidating, we've got white candles. Okay, so we know when not to trade, right? So everything is made simple. Like our stock system, we don't have to go through stocks. We have the system. HeatSeeker is going to run through 20,000 stocks every day and tell us exactly what to buy. All right. We can track all the sectors in real time for buy and sell signals. So there is a lot going on in the market. So someone without any of this information, without these tools, yeah, the market is pretty crazy, right? And they certainly would not be as calm.
Yeah.
So everything that we have done is to increase the calmness, you know, and once we are calm, then we can be kind of in the zone. So think of it like, I always go back to basketball. That's my favorite sport, right? So you know Michael Jordan, right? Everyone knows Michael Jordan, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm a pretty big basketball guy myself. So yes.
I'm actually missing a game tonight. I was supposed to go to the Magic. the Magic is playing the Hornets tonight. So
Oh, that's right. You're in Florida, right?
yeah, in Orlando. Yeah, in Orlando.
I'm in New York. So
Oh yeah, you guys played us a few weeks back, and
you guys keep beating us on our court, which is, I
yeah.
gotta tell you, I mean, you guys don't have a great record. I think you have 50% of your wins are against the Knicks.
But you guys beat us the first game, the home game in
Yeah.
Orlando. I was at that game, but yeah, we've gotten lucky here. But so when you think of Jordan, right? You think of Jordan when he's in the zone, everything looks really, the basketball looks really big, right?
Yeah.
To him, it's really, so everything he shoots goes in, right? But not only that, right? He sees the court, right? So he gets to see everything what's going on in the court when he's in the zone, and he's really calm, right?
And you hear players say a lot, like after it takes 2 or 3 years, and then the game starts to slow down for them.
Slow down, yeah. It slows, and once it slows down, boy, that's when all that magic happens, right? So what we've done is we've taken we've slowed the market down. We've slowed the game down of trading, and so we can relax, and the majority of the time we're in the zone.
Okay.
Yeah, the majority of the time we're in the zone because we've slowed everything down. So we've taken what is a very complicated process, right? And we've slowed it down. That doesn't mean we don't have challenges, right? We still have challenges, right?
Yeah.
But the challenges are not as severe as if if we didn't slow it down, it would be chaos.
And so does that mean, like, are you not manually looking for patterns in the candlesticks?
No, there is some, no, so there is an automated process. There is some manual stuff we'll do just to kind of see where price might go, but trades are all based on automated process systems. Yeah, systems. So let me share this. Let me see if I can share the screen here with you to get an idea. Let's do. I'll do a current. So I will share. So do you see this screen here?
Yes.
Okay, so you see, let's see here. So do you see that blue arrow right here?
Yes.
So that was our buy signal here on a break of resistance.
I was going to say, is it because it broke resistance?
Yeah, because it broke resistance. Now we would not have gotten in until we get that buy signal here.
Okay.
And then if you notice, this is on a 240-minute time frame. So now price is kind of going up, all green candles. So there's nothing for us to do. Yeah. So we can relax in the trade. And this was back on 11.3 right here, 11.3. Okay, so 11.3, we got a buy signal on the break of resistance. So we just stay in the trade, right? So price is going up, going down, going up, going down, all green, we'll stay in the trade. So 11.3, and now it's 11.24, 25, and we're still in the trade.
Okay.
Where most traders are, I mean, if they're lucky to catch this trade from day to day, they don't know what to do. So they might be getting in, getting out, and it's all crazy, right? It's a mess, right? For us, there's nothing to worry about because we don't have a sell signal here. This white arrow was the previous trade, which was the sell signal right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so until we get a sell signal by the system, which will give us a sell signal on the break of support, which means sellers are coming in, there's nothing to do. We just wait.
So you're not even concerned. You see how it at the highest resistance, it's now trending down. You're not concerned at all, or you're not taking profits at that point.
No, we could take profits. Yeah. So if we build positions, we could take profits, but no, because the trade is, we still have all green candles. So we're in the markup phase. We call this the markup phase, the uptrend. So yeah, we can wait, and now if it breaks this support here, we'll get a sell signal to get out. But there's nothing to worry about.
Can I add that why that support, right? Because it appears it's broken support before. There's a one purple above it there.
Right here.
Yeah. Why not? Why is that not a signal to get out?
That's a really good question, right? So usually it's a break of support right here near the moving average. That's a good question.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask if what's more important, are you focusing on the moving average or the support? But I guess it's both.
Yeah, it's both. Now, if you notice here, this purple support and resistance here are price mean that so we can expect somewhat of a reversal, right? So price is making lower. If you notice here, lower highs and lower lows, right? So we could take profits here. But what's if we get a red candle, if a white candle comes in like this, then that's a concern. But the reason why this is not a big concern, because here was the buy signal. So we've got nice profits.
Yeah.
Okay. If we had gotten in here, let's say we gotten in here, right? Bought here, so the buy signal was here, and then we right here, then I would be more concerned, right?
Okay.
But we're all the way down here. Right. Okay. So we can play with this trade because we've secured some really nice profits. So we can let it run and wait for the sell signal.
Okay.
Okay.
A true sell signal, because it could still bounce.
Exactly.
And go back up. Okay.
Exactly. And if you notice here, these are all the dollar pairs right here, right? Yeah. So if you notice that they're all blue, blue and up, so that means that it's moving up, right? So all these pairs here, so that's confirmation that the dollar pairs are still a good buy.
Got it.
Okay. If they weren't, if we had red, right? So if we had half of the dollar pairs in red, right? Then that would be a bit more of a concern. Right, that we have half of the dollar pairs moving to the downside. We're not having that. All the dollar pairs are holding solid to the upside. Okay. And then if we look at the dollar index here, we can see here. You see here? Yeah. That the dollar index on the monthly time frame, right, is solid up. Right, but a very bullish big candle. So yeah, that's solid confirmation. Not that it's a guarantee, but it's pretty good confirmation that this should hold. Okay.
And I guess because I am the more I talk to you and sit through these meetup sessions, I'm interested in the course, in the quote unquote boot camp. Is it how well, I guess the first question is, how long are these courses in terms of like how many courses are, like how long will it take for me to be comfortable with and to have broken my, I guess that kind of depends on me, my bad habits?
Yeah. So are you referring to the classes that we do weekly or the one-on-one coaching?
The one-on-one coaching.
Usually, let's do here. Let me. Usually, the one session is fine. So we do not one session, but one coaching. So the coaching is done. Let me find it here. Can you see the website here?
Yes.
Okay, so the coaching is done right here. So we do four hour 30-day coaching. So it's an hour each week. So 1 hour each week. So
Okay.
four sessions, right? That's usually enough.
Really?
Yeah,
That seems okay.
that's usually that's usually
And that's
enough.
just the and so you do Forex separate, or so like you sign up. If I was doing a one-on-one training, it would be for either Forex or stock, not both.
You know, it either is, yeah, you just do one and
And then
the,
you can sort of figure out the process.
yeah, I mean it's going to be basically this, the coaching is it's more mental than anything else.
Got it.
Okay, so you can use it for any market. We try to break it for Forex, so to kind of get an idea of what the trader is focused on, which market.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then here are the books here. So you get the free trading in the zone book when you
Okay.
do the one-on-one coaching, and then the trend following book for if you get the automated trading system. Okay. But I would go here to see what some of our traders are saying about like the testimonials here.
Okay.
See, like right here, some of the testimonials here with the one-on-one coaching. I highly recommend. This is from one of our newer traders, Joe. Whether you are an experienced trader or not, I highly recommend the one-on-one coaching first. Let's see, ways of Monster Scalper has eliminated the guesswork of when to get in and out of the trade. And I think that's the biggest thing for traders, to get them to relax, right? And kind of get into that zone, kind of eliminate a lot of, you know, as much as possible, eliminate some of the guesswork.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that coaching, I have to say, here again, one-on-one coaching, you have to take the one-on-one coaching. You will learn so much and be surprised. So yeah, so the thing about the one-on-one coaching, we go through some stuff, and sometimes it gets pretty deep. Because a lot of times we bring a lot of our past experiences to trading. So we kind of go through that. Yeah, but usually one coaching will might not alleviate all your issues, but you'll have a lot more understanding about the markets and yourself too, and then grow from there.
This is it's something that I mean, I think Stella was saying she would like to eventually quit her job. I share that sentiment, but more importantly for me is this is something I would like to I have two young boys. I'd like to eventually give them this knowledge
Yeah,
and understanding.
yeah, I think that's the biggest thing too, right? Just the understanding. If you look here, right here, Monster Trading System, you see the logo here.
Yeah.
Fire your broker.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, that can mean many things, right? But I think the biggest thing is that, hey, we want to take control of our destiny, right?
Yeah.
So fire our broker, that's a big thing, right? Because if you fire your broker, that means, guess what? It's really up to you. right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So now we have to acquire the knowledge, the skills. But the nice thing is, once we acquire the skills, the knowledge, we really learn how the markets work. We can become, somewhat of a professional trader.
Mhm.
Now we have the skills that we can now pass on. All right, so we can pass those on to our kids, friends, relatives, and now we empower everyone else.
Mhm. Yeah.
Right, and not relying on your broker to, that's not that doesn't mean that's not. I mean, there are brokers that are out there that are great, and we
Yeah.
have traders that use a broker in addition to what we do, but
Mhm.
it will empower you.
Yeah.
Okay. We do have for the coaching, a Groupon discount. So with the coaching, there through Groupon, there is an additional discount, 50% discount that you can get also. But I recommend traders, if they're going to get any of our systems, the coaching first, to build your mindset.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems very beneficial and useful. So it's definitely something I'm interested in, and I'll probably be signing up for in the next few days.
Yeah, just
In the near future.
send me, contact me on Meetup, right? You came through Meetup.
Mm, yes.
Yeah, just send me, whenever you're ready. And
Okay.
but if nothing else, you'll gain some really good insight on on trading, on yourself. That book, Trading in the Zone, is
Mhm.
by far the best book, number one book by far on your mindset and building the right mindset for trading.
Okay.
Yeah, it's by far. Everything we do, you'll notice, is first class. So the systems that we built our systems to work on TradeStation, and the TradeStation platform
Okay.
is a very robust platform. That's what most of the successful trend followers use.
Okay.
All right. That book, Trend Following, is perhaps the best book on automated trading. And then the book, Trading in the Zone, is by far the best book on building the right mindset. So you're in the right place. Yeah, you're
Mhm.
definitely in the right place. Yeah.
Okay. No, this is great. I am getting excited again. So this is good. I appreciate it. I thank you very much. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Plus,
You're welcome. You're welcome,
I gotta
Travis.
keep calling.
Yeah.
We will definitely be in touch. And again, thank you so much.
Awesome. Hey, have a great Thanksgiving, okay?
You too. Have a
Okay.
good one.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.